Hey folks, Mel here, and in this video I want to take on something that a lot of people are going to run into when they start building their success. If you've been following my videos and doing some of the things that I've been telling you, you may be spending 19 minutes a day doing some activity that you want to get better at. Or you may have started reading books and found people that you want to be like and started surrounding yourself with people who are more successful than you or more successful in the areas you want to be successful in. When you start making those gains and when you start progressing with your success, it is very possible that you can fall into a very common trap that a lot of people fall into when they start getting those levels of success. What happens is you sit here and you look at where you are, and either you hit a plateau or you realize there's a lot more people that are a lot better than I am, and you forget how much progress you've made. Or you're around those people who are more successful and you start comparing yourself to them, forgetting the fact that they've been doing this not for 3 or 4 months, they've been doing this for 3 or 4 years or 10 years. And all of a sudden you are comparing yourself to them and you feel like a failure or you feel like a phony. And a lot of times that feeling of being a phony is if people realize how little I know about this or people realize how bad I am at this, they freak out. And it's called Imposter Syndrome. It's very common when people start to become successful and start learning something new. Now, I have found in my personal experience 2 ways to address this, and I'm going to share those with you today. The first way is to get perspective. Now, what I mean by that is take a step back and say, where did I start? Where am I now? And how do I compare to the average person out there? I'm going to use learning a musical instrument as an example because that's one that's very easy to relate to. You may not know how to play the piano at all when you start, but now you can play a couple of songs. When you realize, hey, I've come a long way from where I'm at, you will realize that, hey, I am making progress, I am successful, even though I can't sit down and play some big concert, some piece by Beethoven or Bach or one of those great composers. It doesn't mean you're failing. You are succeeding. You are still progressing. One of the other ways I try to get perspective is to look at something separate from what I'm doing and try to put myself into their shoes or relate to them. Let's take the Olympics, for example. We had the Olympics last summer. It was a great time, a lot of competitions. People go for their country and represent their country, and they may not even get a medal. And they are still successful because they were the fastest person in their country, or they were the strongest person in their country, or the most skilled at that thing. The guy who won the bronze medal for the 100-meter dash is faster than 99% of the people on this earth. But when he was standing there on that podium, he may have thought to himself, I lost. And that's very easy to do. Just because you're not first doesn't mean you're last. Sorry, Ricky Bobby. For those of you who are trying, keep progressing. If you get those little wins, even if you're 10th out of 100, even if you're 10th out of 11, you're doing great. You're making progress. The second thing that I like to do to show myself how much progress I'm making is I like to talk to somebody about what I'm learning. Somebody that doesn't know much about it at all. Because when you start talking to somebody and you're trying to explain things to them, a lot of times you're like, holy cow, I know a lot more about this than I thought I did. Now, if it's not a skill or something knowledgeable that you're doing, take and show somebody what you have learned and a skill that you've started developing. They may be impressed by your painting or your piano playing or whatever it is that you're doing. You have to show somebody the skills that you're learning or what knowledge you're gaining. When you do that, all of a sudden you start to realize that you are making a lot of progress. The other thing you can do in this is if you find somebody who is trying to learn what you are trying to learn, but they're not as far along as you are, go work with them. Help to show them the skills that you have learned and watch them develop. When that happens, you will feel so much better about your own progress and your own success. With that, I'm going to close it out here. If you're enjoying these videos, please share them with your friends. I just enjoy getting the word out. If you will, hit the like button. That's how I know that these videos are actually making an impact. And I will catch you in the next video.